Make it stop!
Well, hello there, ladies. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the eBay warehouse. As you can see, the storage in here is already filling up. I've got some of my bigs that I've brought over, one whole shelf almost full. So, but that means I've freed up a lot of space. I almost have an entire empty shelf down there. I need to like discount all those Nerf guns and see if those will sell, especially with spring coming up. They'll probably move fairly fast. Maybe get some more of the big stuff down here moved. And I'm kind of consolidating. I'm making this like a VHS/DVD shelf. And I organize my games a little bit better, as you can probably see there and up here. And just look, I've got blank space to work with, which I'm kind of excited about, because I started noticing like what made me want to do this. One of the reasons that made me want to start doing this is like I've got a little bit of VHS down there, and then I've got a little bit of like PC games over there, and I had some like other console games sprinkled in over here. So I'm starting to kind of get everything. Like this is basically going to be my media shelf here. I'm going to have video games, DVDs, VHS. All on this shelf, and then, you know, that'll probably be, you know, my book storage, because I've got a little bit of books over here, and I've got a little bit of books over there, and just eventually I'm going to have all this much more organized, and it's going to be good to go. I still got the yard sale coming up Saturday. Excuse me. Today is Thursday. So that's been fun. I went and did the cans. You guys remember the aluminum cans? I got $29 for that. It ended up being 100, or just under. It was like 96 pounds. So I got $29. It's 30 cents a pound. So I was pretty happy with that. Not too bad for, you know, just taking in some cans. You know what I'm saying? And then I placed the ad in the paper today, or I placed the ad order, I guess you would say. So that'll go live in the paper Friday and Saturday, also on their website. And I purchased signage, so garage sale signs. I've got a pretty good strategy of where I'm going to go put all those, and then hopefully I'll have people. The thing is that like I'm like 15 minutes from town, so I'm just hoping people are going to make the drive out here. You know, I made sure I put that in the listing, like worth the drive, items priced to sell, lots of stuff. You know, because there's nothing worse than driving a long way to. You know what? I need to get better about looking at the camera. There's nothing more frustrating than driving out to a sale and it being, you know, hardly any items, or the items that are there just overpriced and stuff like that. So I made sure I put that in my listing, since it is a long drive. And I hope hold on. I'm new to this whole, oh, my battery's about to die. So yeah, I put that in the listing, and hopefully people are going to make the drive, and you know, people will buy up all my stuff. But I actually want to show you guys real quick. So I started pulling a bunch of my PS2 games I had already kind of picked through and stuff like that, because I put video games in my listing for the yard sale. And in here, this is just a bunch of loose. I bought all these in like questionable condition. Some of them load, some of them don't, because they're fairly scratched up. I was resurfacing some of them, but most of them aren't really worth resurfacing. I'm going to put like $1 a piece on these PS2 games, and if the right people come out, I really think they'll just kind of fly off the shelves, if you know what I'm saying. Then there's a bunch of boxed PS2 games down there that I'm probably going to do like $3 each. I just want them gone. I don't care. But when I was digging through that, I actually found this, and I was like, I didn't even see the price tag. That would have been a fairly good indicator too. But I saw this. I saw the spine. I was like, Predator Concrete Jungle. I didn't even know there was a Predator game on PS2, and I was like, I need to look that up. Sure enough, I looked it up. The sales for this are anywhere from like very minimum $30 to like $40, and that's the game that I have in the PS2 over there. The instructions are nice and crispy, and the game is loaded up and working fine. I've been kind of messing around with it. It's pretty cool. So that's like a $40 game, so I'm glad I was paying attention. And then I pulled a few more out that I saw. All these games have decent enough value that I'm going to list on eBay, anywhere from like 10 to 15 bucks. So I'll list those on eBay. And although these over here, these are pretty good too if you have, the game's not in there, so, you know, that helps. Then all these over here are more or less the scraps, and I'm just going to hope I get a little bit of cash back on those. I don't really care. And if somebody comes up and they want a big, you know, lot them all up and get a deal on them, I'll be more than happy to do that. So yeah, I'm just kind of picking through my inventory and finding stuff that I don't really need to list on eBay, or it's not really worth it, and using that to get rid of you know, some inventory, get some shelf space back. Also, man, my throat is really scratchy today. Also, these, you guys might remember these. I used to get sent these all the time, the CSGO knives. Really? If I can get it open. This one's the gold one. This is actually the prettiest one I accidentally opened first here. Butterfly knives with the metal and the CSGO case. Really cool. I had a few of these listed on eBay and they got pulled, even though I was seeing people list them and sales and active listings with multiple quantities and stuff like that. Mine got pulled. That butterfly knives aren't allowed to be sold on eBay apparently, even though these aren't actual butterfly knives. They're trainers. They're not sharpened to a point, and the blade isn't sharp either. So I fought my case with them and they were like, yeah, nope, still can't do it. And I'm like, well, I don't understand why these other listings are there with multiple quantities and they're selling them no problem, and mine got pulled. Anyways, I don't care. I'm gonna throw those up on my website here soon. I'mJehovah.com, and then scroll over to the shop section. I can't tell you when those will be up. I'll try to let you guys know in a video or on Discord or both when those are live. I know a lot of my viewers remember those knives and everything, and some people want them autographed and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm probably going to throw those up for like 20-30 bucks a piece, something like that. And they'll be on my website available for purchase, since I can't sell them on eBay. So keep an eye out for that if you are interested. And yeah, that's what's going on. I'm going to get these PS2 games listed. And whenever I do have the yard sale Saturday, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the setup. I'm not going to like hide a camera and record people coming in or anything like that. But I'll let you guys know how many people show up, how much I do in sales, how much cash I bring in, all that good stuff. So yeah. All right, so I got something really cool that I want to share with you guys here. So luckily, I've got a group chat on my Discord of a bunch of guys that do the exact same thing that I do, resell stuff on eBay. Coincidentally, one of these guys used to build custom lightsabers, like replica lightsabers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. He would build lightsaber replicas and then flip them for hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands. Really, really cool. He had showed me a bunch of pictures of the stuff that he had done in the past, and I knew of that. And whenever I sent a picture of the camera lot that I bought, you know, I talk to these guys on a daily basis. He was like, hey, send me better photos of those flashes. And I was like, why? And then he was like, he informed me that people rebuild, they make these lightsaber replicas out of the flash handles on these vintage cameras. And he was like, make sure you do a lot of research before you list them and don't accidentally undersell them. Some of them can be ridiculous. And so I think I would have figured this out regardless of that tip off, but shout out to Draw for letting me know that, because as soon as I searched I don't know how exactly you pronounce that, Heiland, 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 like Heiland camera flash, Star Wars lightsaber, a bunch of stuff came up in the suggested searches. But if you look here, so this one right here is, okay, come on, it's this one right here that goes for anywhere from like $40 to $50. And in fact, this one down here, why, I don't even know why that one went for $98.99. But yeah, that is awesome. So just one of the, look, just that little itty bitty piece right there goes for $20. So I'm going to do a little bit more research, but it looks like I'm going to be able to get $40 to $50 off of just that right there. So this camera lot so far is proving to be a pretty profitable pickup. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to do more research and make absolutely sure, but it looks like none of this stuff is really of value. I'm going to strip everything off and probably just sell this right here, because apparently somebody out there will hopefully want to turn that into a lightsaber. And it looks like it's actually Darth Vader I think it's Darth Vader's from, yeah, because some of these listings actually show or say Darth Vader in the listing. So apparently this is Darth Vader's lightsaber camera flash. So from now on, whenever I'm out at auctions and yard sales and thrift stores and everything, I'm going to pay much more attention to these camera flashes and, you know, be wary of the... I don't know about these like plastic ones. I don't think they're going to be much, but we'll see. I might just end up trashing that stuff. But at least on this one, we've got a little bit of a hit. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the madness continues. Wait, this is the part where I'm supposed to aim this at myself, right? So the yard sale is, I can't do this. I'm literally incapable of vlogging like normal people. I almost hit my head, I thought, because I saw a shadow on my face. I don't know how to do this. So the yard sale is tomorrow. I've been doing everything that leads up to a yard sale, placing ad orders, you know, getting all the stuff ready. There's just totes and boxes and stuff all over my house and garage, trying to find enough tables and things to put the stuffs on, just signs, all the stuff. And the yard sale is tomorrow morning, so that is exciting and scary. And I've been trying to like organize out here too, you guys know. So like, look, we've gotten quite a bit of organization done. I think I already showed this to an extent, but I've still been adding to it. It's getting better out here, but it's just like I said, I'm like organizing at the same time that I'm getting ready for this yard sale. So it's just been madness. Anyways, here's the stuff that sold overnight. It's weird. Everything here, there's 9 orders to pack, but everything here is 5 to, I think the highest item was $11.50, which is kind of funny. So normally 9 orders would be like a really good day, and this is just like a day because it's all like cheap stuff. But so we got 2 of the PS2 games that I listed yesterday, StarCraft on PC. We got The Tick and Pac-Man 2. This is like an M&M. It like holds your remotes and then you put candy in the dish, I guess. A baseball glove because baseball season's ramping up right now. 2 of those flash holders. And then Xbox 360 wireless thingy. I don't remember what those are called. Whatever I'm trying to say. I ripped them out of the Xboxes before I threw them away. Found these at the Salvation Army yesterday. I forget the name of them, but I looked them up. I think I can get like 15 bucks a piece out of them or something like that. I got them for $1.50. So no big deal on that. Found this really cool fan. Paid 15 bucks for it, so it's not like a huge score or anything. I've seen sales go anywhere from like 30 to like 90 bucks on those. So we'll see. Picked up this mug. This was actually on the free stuffs. If I can get my camera to focus. Camera? There we go. Look at that. Pretty nice little Florida Daytona Beach mug. Looks vintage, could be modern. I don't think they make stuff that looks like this anymore, but then again, at those gift shops, they have all kinds of stuff. So it could be modern, but I'm betting it's vintage, and you know, surely I can get like at least $5 out of that or something, right, guys? So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm just kind of slowly losing my mind today. This whole week, actually. Oh wait, I forgot this little guy too. This was pretty cool. Should have waited until it was half off probably, but I went ahead and paid the $3. It's an M&M's Nightlight. Still in the packaging, very good shape and everything. I've seen these sell from anywhere from like 15 to 25, I think, something like that. And there's only one listed right now, and I believe they have like 25 plus ship. So I'll come in probably just underneath them, do like $20 plus ship, and hopefully somebody will pick that up. But yeah, so that's about it, guys. Again, I'm gonna try to show you guys some of the madness from the yard sales. But no promise on when exactly you'll see that or anything. I guess that video would probably go up Monday. And obviously I'm not gonna like hide a camera, like I said, and you know, try to film people coming in or anything. I'm just gonna show you guys maybe a little bit of pre and post footage, and you know, tell you the totals. Hopefully I make all kinds of money tomorrow. We'll see. There's only 3, I think I've seen 4 listings now for yard sales in my town, but I'm like 15 miles outside of town. So the thing is that if there was like 10 sales tomorrow, you know, I feel like people would just get up, do their yard sailing in town and say, oh, we're not going to drive 15 miles outside of town for the other ones. But the fact that there's only 3 or 4, I think it's just enough to get people out get people, you know, buying some stuff, get people excited about buying stuff, and then think, you know what, let's hit that 15-mile one before we go home. So we'll see. I'm going to put a lot of signs up and everything and attract as many people out here as possible. And we are selling our stuff dirt cheap. Like we ended up filling 3 trash bags, like the big ones that you put like, leaves in outside and everything, you know, like the yard work trash bags. We ended up filling 3 of those just full of clothes, and plus 2 totes of clothes, and then we've got all kinds of toys and stuff for my kids that they don't play with anymore. So it's gonna be nuts. It's a lot of stuff, and all our clothes are gonna be like 25 cents and stuff like that. So we're pricing stuff to sell, and hopefully we just move a lot of volume tomorrow, but it'll all add up. So anyways, that's what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, our yard sale is coming to an end here. As you can see, I was trying to get rid of all the M&M stuff. We sold a little bit of it, but not all of it, obviously. Electronics. Look at my prices on electronics. I thought I was pretty decent, and no one really cared. I had like one guy on Facebook ask about this stuff, the computers, and he ended up not getting any of that. And then I'm actually really surprised that my my beer signs didn't sell either. But these were, look, our prices were solid. My signage, solid. But we did pretty good. I think we ended up, well, we just added it up. What was it? Oh, just under 500?
It was over because your mom bought food stuff.
Yeah, so we ended up with about $500. And that's pretty great because, as I stated with you guys, we're about 15 miles outside of town. So the fact that we were able to get people out here and earn that much was pretty surprising to me. So all in all, pretty good weekend. Lots of work goes into it, but we got her done. Even sold some Snap Pops and some Mentos gum, and had a good time. Got some spending money. I can take that $500 and turn it into a whole lot more whenever I go back and put it into sourcing items at other yard sales. So I'm pretty happy with it. Getting real close. We got about 30 minutes left here from the time that we posted, and then we got to tear everything down, which is going to be fun. And then we're going to have another sale later in the season, so we're just going to tote everything up basically and get ready to bust it back out like in late June or July or something. So ladies and gentlemen, the yard sale is over with. That's all the stuff left over, actually. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10, probably a dozen, little more totes and some random stuff left over, and then a bunch of trash and some boards that I made tables out of. But yard sale is over. And fun fact, guys, I'm about 15 miles outside of city limits. So running the yard sale was a pretty big, you know, like, what if, like, who knows? We'll see what happens kind of thing. I just wanted to see if people would actually come out. I did pay for ads in the paper because a lot of people out here that like to go yard sailing are very old school. So I ran an ad in the paper, posted it to the online Democrat, you know, put it all over Facebook, all that stuff. I didn't do Craigslist because most people in this area don't even know what that is. And we were actually busy pretty much all day. I put that our starting time was 6 a.m. and we actually had a guy show up right at 6 a.m. and I barely had any stuff out yet. I felt kind of bad. He said he'd come back actually, and he never did. But I didn't have much of what he was looking for anyways from what he was asking about. But more or less, it was busy all day long, and we ended up doing $584 in sales, which is nutter butters. I spent about $50 on the ads and the signs and all that stuff, you know, but almost $600 is just, I was ecstatic, you know, like my humble, like super low ball expectation, you know, or goal, I guess, was $100. I figured if I spent 50 on signs and an ad and everything, and I made $50 for the day, I couldn't complain. You know what I mean? And we came in at just under 600, so I was just very, very, very pleased with that. I'm definitely going to have another one later in the summer and try to get rid of the rest of it and whatever else, you know, accumulates in that time. But it was a success. It was a big success, and I'm very happy with that. So Also here are all the orders that came in during the sale. So I made draft listings for the day, so that way, you know, I could make a few things go live to help the algorithm out while the yard sale was going on, because I knew I wouldn't have time to actually do listings. And stuff was selling. I was sitting there making money at the yard sale, and this stuff was selling. This fan, I picked this fan up for $5. $5. It sold for $90 plus $70 shipping. Unbelievable. $160 somebody paid for that fan. I picked it up for $5. It's pretty crazy. So that's really cool. We got a couple games here. We sold 3 DSs actually, which is pretty crazy. This DS came with a case and everything, obviously, and then these 2 DSs as well. I listed that Nerf gun. It sold I think same day. Giant Mega Man, I got that for $5. There's a camcorder in here. We got a Gargamel, Smurfs glass, a little pin. That was my girlfriend's, I believe. Sold that for I think $10. Shotgunning book, Goonies shirt for $10. Old racing jacket for I think $35. That went out to a viewer. Jeff Gordon jacket and a PS2. So I'm very happy with that. Like I said, I was selling stuff on eBay while I was selling stuff out of my driveway, and it was a pretty good weekend. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Got to spend some time with my family, and you know, just kind of hang out and eat some pizza and donuts while we were doing the yard sale business. So I had a lot of fun. I had somebody on Instagram ask me what my tips were for yard sales, that every time that, or the last time that they did it, it was a flop and it made them not want to deal with the hassle anymore. It was a lot of work, I will say. I mean, just getting that much stuff set up and pricing everything and just the logistics behind it all. It was a week of madness just to have a one-day sale. But for $600, I think it was very much worth it. And it's different from area to area. I've got a friend that lives in Arizona, and oh, this is the point where I should point it at myself, huh? I got a friend that lives in Arizona, and he has yard sales pretty much year round because it's so warm in Arizona. He can do that, and so the yard sale hype isn't right, you know, like necessarily like this time of year. Everybody's like ready to go. So basically, as long as you have good signage, you have good stuff, and I feel like pricing is probably, you know, the most important. Like, I'll show you guys again over here. I think pricing is huge because there was a few people that came and walked away, but most people didn't. You can see there's a bag of clothes up there. We had an insane amount of clothes out. We had multiple totes and bags full of clothes, children's clothes, adult clothes, all that stuff. Almost everything that we were selling clothing wise was 25 cents or 50 cents. And because of that, majority of the people that stopped did not return to their vehicle without something in their hands. Now, your transaction per person isn't like a very high average always, but if they pick one thing up, usually they're going to pick a couple more things up. So it's good to get that first item in their hand. After they get that first item in their hand, they're thinking, oh, okay, well, I've already spent this much. I might as well spend a $5 bill or a $10 bill or whatever. And you get that to happen enough times, and you'll do pretty good. Another thing that I do is the table that we sat at to collect cash. Pretend this is our table right here in front of us where people come up to pay. I had a box of Snap Pops, like fireworks, because you guys know I always have like cases of fireworks. So I put a case of Snap Pops right by where we took the cash. And I had some high-end items that I wanted to keep an eye on that no one would, you know, slip in their pocket. But those Snap Pops were 50 cents a box. And then I had some Mentos gum. Mentos sent me a whole bunch of gum a while back, and there was one flavor in particular that we weren't big fans of, and those were 50 cents as well. So really cheap stuff right by where people cash out, where the people pay, is the same strategy that big time retailers use. You know, like when you go to Walmart and you're checking out, what does the aisle have right next to you? When you're getting into your wallet, there's just a billion types of gum and all that stuff. So go to Sam's Club or whatever, buy a big thing of candy, you know, it could be anything, or just gum, mints, whatever, something like that. If you really want to, you don't have to, obviously, but I did it and it worked really well for me. I sold more than half of the case of Snap Pops and more than half of the gum too, you know, and little stuff like that. That's called upselling.
That's a little trick that servers and waitresses get taught in restaurant positions. You know, they're like, oh yeah, you ordered the steak and the mashed potatoes. You know, would you like a cherry limeade for only $1.20 more? You know, that's called upselling. And the same strategy works in almost every other line of business. So that's another thing that I do. And just being nice to people, I feel like one of the huge things is whenever people walk up, just greet them. Say, hey, you know, how's it going? Good morning. How are you doing? Oh, this weather's great. You know, you make a connection like that. You get people talking, you get them to smile. They almost feel guilty if they walk away without buying something, you know? So those are my tips. Let me know if you guys have ever had a yard sale. And if you have, how much did you bring in? I'd be anxious to see what you guys say about that. Don't turn the video off yet. I almost forgot, man. Look at these. Look at that. Ooh, man, I listed those last stickers up, and I figured a couple of you guys would be interested in it, but I sold more of them than I ever expected to, and I figured you guys would really be into this one. So if you guys are interested in the holographic Hova Flip sticker, which one day may or may not be equivalent to a holographic first edition Charizard, click the link down below in the description. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.